It's time for high school sports on the NCWLIFE channel. Today's broadcast of high school sports on the NCWLIFE channel is presented by Alignment Pros, Automoca, Color FX, Global Car Care, One Way Construction, and the Windmill Restaurant. NCWLIFE channel's coverage is also brought to you by Charter College and the Walkabout Grill. Now let's go live for all the action for tonight's coverage of high school sports on your home for local sports, the NCWLIFE channel.
Hello and welcome to the Apple Bowl in Wenatchee, Washington for tonight's encounter between Wenatchee High School and Eastmont High School. Hi again, I'm Sebastian Moraga. Alongside me is, as always, our soccer expert, Matt Wisen, and it doesn't get any better than this. It's Classico time. Nothing else matters, Matt.
No, I love these games. As you can tell, the stands, they're starting to fill up. People are excited for them. A lot of fun.
Now, when it comes to the records, we see a team like Wenatchee coming off, I believe, 2 or 3 consecutive wins. Not the same case for Eastmont. They've struggled a little bit coming out of the gate.
Yeah, Wenatchee's actually had a good opening to their season. They're 4-1. They lost one game by 1 point to
Central Valley, I believe it was.
Yeah, Central Valley, and they're probably one of the favorites to win state this year. So they're looking solid. Eastmont's had a few more struggles. I think they're 2-3 on the season. They've had a couple of non-league games where they've chosen to play a lot more non-starters, which is smart. And resting some of your starters, getting some depth.
So it may pay off later on in the season as the legs get tired. But what matters today is these two teams going right at each other. Eastmont against Wenatchee, Wenatchee against Eastmont. When we come back, we'll have interviews with the coaches and a whole lot more here on NCWLIFE channel. Don't go away.
What's your Automoca emergency?
It's a Frappuccino mocha with whip.
The espresso shakes are my most favorite because I can get any flavor. Peanut butter chocolate for pita.
Definitely the espresso shakes.
My favorite is the mocha for pitas.
A peach Red Bull.
Thanks for watching sports on the NCWLIFE channel. Brought to you by One Way Construction, premier custom home builders and construction company for North Central Washington, including general contracting, framing, concrete, and consulting services. OneWayConstructionNW.com. The Fireplace Guys, Central Washington's most trusted names in fireplace and barbecue sales, installation, and service, located at 1205 Walnut Street, Wenatchee. TheFireplaceGuy.net. And Beneficial In-Home Care, your compassionate in-home care provider. All the benefits of assisted living while remaining within the comfort of your own home.
Welcome back to the Apple Bowl, everybody. Sebastian Moraga alongside Matt Wisen, and our special guests today are the head coaches of both the Wildcats and the Panthers and the Wildcats. First, John Springer, head coach of the Panthers. Welcome, coach. Always a pleasure. And bit of a hot run for your team going into this particular Classico, no?
Yeah, they've been playing great. We've got a few bounces go our way, and so far the girls seem to be clicking pretty well, gelling well. We've got a lot of new faces this season, but they've really come in and worked well together and seem to be clicking. So we'll see how long we can keep it up. One of the most tried and true cliches of a Classico is that the records don't matter, and that seems to be the case here today either. This rivalry, I think the 6 years I've been doing this, the majority of the games are one-point games. It always comes down to the very end. So it's always a battle, and you're right. It doesn't matter what the records are or anything else, and every year's a new year. All right, and now with Matt Wisen, the head coach of the Wildcats, Aaron Radel. Matt, take it away.
Yeah, so Coach Springer just hinted on that emotional aspect of this game, and how this game seems to wind down to a one-point difference every year almost. And they may not always be the prettiest of games, but they're games, and that's soccer for you. How do you keep what did you tell your girls this last week, trying to bring that emotion down a little bit more and try and get them to play the game a little bit better?
I like that you assume there's emotions involved with high school girls. That's funny. No, just keep our heads down. We're 2-0 in league going into it, but like John said, records don't mean much when it comes to a rivalry game, but just working on staying confident out there, like no matter what's going on, keep fighting no matter what, and just not giving up no matter what happens.
How's the health of your girls?
Good. We've had the last couple weeks, we had a couple girls that we were resting. We went down, played Spokane, and we rested pretty much all of our starters. But yeah, everyone's good to go.
That's great.
Yeah.
All right, thank you very much for both coaches. That has been the pregame interview with both coaches for the Panthers and the Wildcats. When we come back, we'll have 40 minutes of top-notch soccer for you. You won't want to miss it. This is NCWLIFE Channel. Don't go away.
Können Sie mir das Problem sagen?
Meinen Zylinder überschwingt. Flute, ich habe mein Fugen verloren.
Keine Sorge.
Global Car Care. We speak your car's language.
Fragenschlüssel. Hey, you.
Well, I got a leaky transmission, my head gasket's shot, and I could use some new brake pads.
That dog don't hunt.
Global Car Care. We speak your car or truck's language.
Hi, I'm Kevin Prosser, and this is my print shop, Color Effects in Cashmere. Color Effects offers screen printing, embroidery, and digital printing on t-shirts, jerseys, bags, banners, signs, and more. With 30 years experience, you won't be disappointed with the quality and quick turnaround times you will get at more than a fair price. Please call Color FX.
Welcome back to the Apple Bowl. We're just about ready to start this exciting encounter between Eastmont and Wenatchee. Wenatchee and Eastmont, and I don't know if we can get a shot of that. That is a first for me, the purple smoke, as we get ready to hear the introduction of the players. Really quick, we'll give you the starting lineups. First, the visiting Eastmont Wildcats. Number 13, Cora Fry on goal. Number 17, Tess Sparks. Number 23, Maria Mendoza. Number 21, Kiana Carson. Number 19, Megan Chandler. Number 2, Alisa Konarek. Number 9, Carissa Miller. Number 7, Lexi Heimbigner. Number 6, Riley Fisher. Number 4, Jaden Brown. And number 3, Cheyenne Chang. Head coach, Aaron Radel. Wenatchee will jump onto the pitch with number 21, Haley Matthews under the 3 tubes. 22, Olivia Bauman. Number 16, Maggie Miller. Number 15, Isabel Pelayo. Number 14, Greta Jaricki. Number 13, Ellie Topp. Number 9, Emmy Coldy. Number 8, Jaden Griggs. Number 4, Madison Smith. Number 3, Haley Stegman. And number 1, Katie Springer. Matt Wisen, you couldn't ask for anything more. The ambience is perfect, beautiful day, and these two teams ready to go at each other.
Yeah, I'm excited. It should be a fun game. Weather's absolutely perfect. No wind and hardly a cloud in the sky, and just a beautiful sunset.
We're already playing under artificial lighting.
Yeah,
I always messed up that word. And it's going to be a good one, folks. As Matt told us in the pregame show, both teams in a different spot. Wenatchee off to a torrid start, only 1 loss. Whole bunch of wins against Cascade, against Ingram, against Davis, against Sunnyside. The last time I was fortunate enough to call a game here for NCWLIFE. And Eastmont struggling. But then again, Eastmont does have a history of kind of starting slow a little bit and then picking up steam as the season wears on, Matt.
Yeah. It's high school ball. It's the girls haven't been together very long. And then they throw them right into the season. So it takes a little while sometimes to build some chemistry. And but they're not worried. They've had a tough non-league schedule. They're building their bench. They should be coming right along here pretty soon.
So the feeling is, from a completely neophyte point of view, that all these struggles will make them stronger as the season progresses and the competition and the games start to really, really matter, a whole big bunch.
Yeah, exactly. These players, as a coach, you can go ahead and start your starters and trying to win these games that don't mean anything. But when later on in the season, the injuries start taking toll. Illness takes toll. You need to go to your bench. And if they don't have valuable minutes under pressure, good luck getting a win. So, yeah, I think it's a good thing that they did that. And society, places too much value on winning right now. High school is win now or go home in league. But in non-league, it's definitely not. You go for development all you can.
Now we have big crowds on both sides of the bleachers. Last time I was fortunate enough to call a game, it was fans on only one side. This was the side right in front of us, was right next to us, I should say, was closed off. But now we have fans on both sides of the bleachers, with the baseball field side for the Eastmont fans and the Saddle Rock side for the local fandom of the Wenatchee High School Panthers. The introductions are still going on. We can see Mr. Ed Navarro as one of the 4 referees entrusted with the conduction of this contest.
I believe he'll be centering tonight. The purple smoke finally cleared. This first time I've seen purple smoke at any game, actually.
That was a first for me.
That was impressive.
That should tell you, folks, that not only the players in shorts out there are taking this seriously, the fandom has indeed embraced the sense of competition against their arch rivals from across the bridge.
See if we can get some of the crowd to have the flares now. That you see. Might get them booted, but
I would like to hear
the drums,
drums, or like, you know, when Boca River plays River Plate, you know, the chanting, you know.
Oh, yeah.
That would be kind of cool.
We might need a few more people out here. We're approaching that.
I took my brother, who's just fresh from Chile. He's been here a year or less, I believe, a little under a year, to his first Sounders game last month. And he was so surprised that the Sounders, the Emerald City supporters, the ones that sit on one end of the field, they were doing the exact same chants that he would hear back home, just in English, you know.
Yeah.
It'd be neat to see some of those. We're going to take a quick break as the national anthem is played, and when we come back, we'll have the kickoff of this Clásico between Panthers and Wildcats. Don't go away.
Where will you be a year from now? You could be working as a medical assistant. The Charter College Medical Assistant Certificate Program gets you work ready in 10 months. Add 5 more months to earn an associate degree. We prepare you with hands-on training and support you after graduation with job search help and interview skills. Institutionally accredited by the Accrediting Bureau of Health Education Schools, Charter has been training healthcare professionals for more than 30 years. Charter College. We work to get you to work.
Walkabout Grill, open 7 days a week for lunch and dinner in downtown Wenatchee and now downtown Leavenworth, where eating out is eating healthy.
You don't want to see this happen. It's the oil light on your car. Oil is the lube of life for your car's engine. At Alignment Pros and Express Lube, they pour the best oil your car deserves. Expect fast, friendly, superior service in a clean environment. They'll change your oil and perform a 21-point inspection while you enjoy the comfort of their amazing waiting room. Keep your car in top shape at Alignment Pros and Express Lube in East Wenatchee.
A beautiful rendition of the Star Spangled Banner on this just as lovely September evening at the Apple Bowl. We're just about ready to begin the Clásico of the Wenatchee Valley. Eastmont against Wenatchee, Wenatchee against Eastmont. This is NCWLIFE. Sebastián Moraga on the call. The expertise of Matt Weisen alongside me, as always. And Matt, what comes, I know this is an important game, but what's down the pike for these two teams? What's their next contest, you know?
Yeah, that's me. I've just been focused on this one game. You know, it's just like a coach, one game
sense.
At a time.
Makes
right?
makes absolute sense.
So,
we'll save that one for later because we're just about to start here. Eastmont has just taken the field, and what can you tell me about the formation for Eastmont right now? The way they're shaping up on the pitch.
I think they're gonna.
It looks like you're going with 3 in back.
We're going with like a 3-5-2.
Yeah.
Looks like we're running here.
Mm-hmm.
A pretty straightforward 3-5-2. A point forward, which means their number 9 or number 10 player, their attacking mid is forward. Then they've got either 2 defensive mids or the number 8 might be pressing high.
All right. Now, folks, if you just tuned in, Wenatchee wearing almost entirely a black uniform, taking care of business from this moment on, from right to left. Eastmont doing their thing from left to right on your screen, wearing white tops, white socks, and red shorts. A quick shot into the box, cleared away by the back line of Eastmont. A bit of stop there by Springer, getting that right foot ready, cleared away. That time by Maria Mendoza. Mendoza with a touch up field. Quick move down the flank. Looking to connect with Griggs. Griggs into the box, cleared away by the back line of Eastmont. The fandom of Eastmont right alongside that fence there. That's going to make things interesting later on, I bet. A quick push up field by Eastmont. Cheyenne Chang, one of the co-captains for the Wildcats. The ball goes out of bounds. The quick throw in. We're back in motion. It's a fast-paced game here early on. Rejected by Wenatchee. Ball goes out of bounds. It should be Eastmont ball. Let's see. It is Eastmont ball. Quickly recovered by the Panthers. Bowman taken back by Cheyenne. Cheyenne and Spark. The quick ball upfield, trying to connect with one of those speedy forwards. Instead, it's cleared away by Isabel Pelayo. Pelayo, the push towards the flank. The quick move to the left for Jarecki. Across midfield it goes, interrupted by Alisa Konarik. Trying again on defense for the Panthers was Pelayo, doesn't quite work. The second try by Cheyenne Chang stopped once again by the back line of the Panthers. Bowman with a bit of room, stopped at midfield, past the referee Navarro. That one is Mendoza. The push to the right for Carson. Carson and Bowman battling it out. Carson prevailing. The quick touch to the side. Shot inside the box by Heimbigner, looking to connect with Carissa Miller. The rejection by the back line of the Panthers. Another try. Sparks. Springer. Good push. Jaden Griggs off to the races on the left flank. Ball will go out of bounds. It will be, looks like Eastmont ball, Matt Wisen?
I believe so, yeah. Jaden almost got to that, but just went a little long. So I didn't see if it went out on the sideline or if it's going to be a goal kick.
Just a reminder, the kickoff is brought to you all season long by Swoboda Photography, creating a custom boutique experience on location or at their studio in Leavenworth. Call 509-888-6654. That is 509-888-6654.
Jaden's dealing with a little bit of a quad strain, so John said she'd be ready to go tonight, or Coach Springer, but something to keep an eye on. Her top end may not be there, but we'll see.
Springer, the quick move to the left flank for Jaden Griggs, inching towards the center alley, getting that right foot ready, instead delivering top of the box. This could be interesting. There's the shot and the stop by the goalkeeper, Cora Fry. First true opportunity of goal for the Wenatchee Panthers, and Cora Fry responds in beautiful fashion.
The ball came knuckling on in. It was a little difficult for Cora to handle, so she parried it over the crossbar like any keeper should do, and did it well.
First corner kick of the game for either team. It favors the ladies in black, the Panthers of Wenatchee. There's the shot, rejected by Fisher. Fisher, long kick upfield. Ball goes out of bounds. Throw in for the Panthers. The pivoting header that time doesn't quite work as expected for the Panthers. Cheyenne Chang on the clearing, rejected, recovered by the Panthers. This could be interesting. A quick move into the box by Springer. The give and go does not bear fruit. Trying again for Wenatchee, about 30-plus yards out. A good move by Haley Stegman. Referee says foul. I did not see anything illicit with that maneuver, and Matt Wisen says,
I thought she stuck that ball pretty hard. It was a good challenge in my book. Being an emotional game, may want to get this game, take out some of that emotional aspect quickly. And
there's Jaden Brown. Madison Smith. Ball goes out of bounds. It will be Fisher with the throw in for Eastmont. A quick push, a light touch by Hambigner. Ball goes out of bounds once again. throw in down the right flank. Torso. Touch.
Looks like a handball to me there.
A handball right there, yes. Free kick. And looks to be Haley Steckman, one of the people getting ready for that kick. Nope. There's a shot over the crossbar. Good effort. However, not a lot to worry about for Miss Cora Fry, the goalkeeper for Eastmont. It's 5 minutes, 23 seconds into the first half of play. It's Eastmont against Wenatchee. Wenatchee against Eastmont. The Battle of the Bridge, soccer style. Mendoza and Chang. Recovered by Bowman. Taken back by the Wildcats. The through ball. Good move. On the ball we go. Carissa Miller. And look where the goalkeeper is. Matthews acting as her own sweeper there.
Played it well.
Panthers throwing in.
Some ice water in those veins right there, folks. 6 minutes, 2 seconds into this first half of play. Tied at 0-0. Wenatchee and Eastmont. Eastmont and Wenatchee. Quick push upfield by the Panthers. Rejected that time by Tess Sparks. The quick touch for Brown. Across midfield we go. Stopped by Coldy. The rejection by Konarek. That one is Chandler. There's Chandler. Right foot volley. Carson. Brown. Carson. Good possession this time. Shot into the box, and not a major problem for one Haley Matthews under the 3 tubes for Wenatchee. 6 minutes, 56 seconds into this one. 0-0 tie. Right at midfield almost was Haley Steckman. Onto the flank we go. Marking by Riley Fisher. Left behind is Riley Fisher. Into the box go the Panthers. And a desperate clearing that doesn't quite work the way they expected, because there's Springer. Springer, left-footed shot, and the stop by Cora Fry. Springer with the touch, and I'm trying to guess who took that shot.
I didn't catch that.
It was she's right on the 30 almost. The move now for Eastmont. Down the right flank goes Carissa Miller. Touch to the back, trying to connect with Carson. Miller instead goes on the personal maneuver. Rejected by the back line of Wenatchee. Excuse me. Trying once again is Carson. Ball goes out of bounds. It should be Eastmont ball, and it is. Taking care of this one is Jaden Brown. On defense now is Coldy, and now whistle on the play. Let's see what the referee has called.
He just out of bounds there. Eastmont definitely has better shape to their attack than they did the other night. They're really flat and disconnected with the rest of the team, their forward line. And today or tonight, they've got much better depth to their attack. They have support, and it's just causing a little bit more issues with Wenatchee on defending in that.
I like the attitude. I like the enthusiasm, the energy that Eastmont has brought to the game. They've been struggling a little bit, but that doesn't seem to matter to them right now. They're going right at their opponents today. There's the shot. Rejected by Haley Stegman. Riley Fisher for the Wildcats, taken back by the back line of the Panthers. Triangulation with Jareki. Taken back by the Wildcats. There's Cheyenne Chang leaving one behind, trying for two. Doesn't quite work. Here comes the Panther attack. The quick move for Springer. Marked that time by Maria Mendoza. Scooped back by Jareki. That one is Bowman. Jareki. Into the box we go. Cleared with more urgency than style by the backline of Eastmont. The quick give and go there. The deep ball trying to connect. This could be interesting. Let's see what happens. And it's ultimately Haley Matthews out racing the very speedy Megan Chandler, it looked like, as we have reached the 10-minute mark here at the Apple Bowl. Still tied at 0-0. Sparks. That one is Fisher. Pushing it upfield. Across midfield we go. Rejected by the Panthers. Along the stripe we play. Good move. Interesting maneuver. Smith battling it out. Taken back by Eastmont. The push across midfield that goes into Wenatchee territory. Ellie Toth. Cherokee. Approaching the flank, ball goes out of bounds. It will be a throw-in for the Wildcats. 10 minutes, 45 seconds into this first half of play. Folks, the Windmill Restaurant of Wenatchee prides itself on being a local legend for 80 years. The Windmill features slow-roasted prime rib, highest quality hand-cut steaks, and fresh seafood. Homemade dressings and pies are made daily and are the mainstay of this legendary landmark restaurant. The Windmill has a full bar and an excellent selection of beer and wine from which to choose. Call the Windmill today at 665-9529. That is 665-9529.
I need to start eating before I come to these things because you keep reminding me of restaurants, and I'm starving by the end of these broadcasts.
Yeah, no, you're doing the right thing. You're doing the right thing.
Both teams a little bit off on their passes. I think nerves just still might be getting to them a little bit.
Referee says play on that play where Cheyenne Chang hit the deck. Springer delivered a touch upfield for, it looked like Stegman, and Stegman's shot did not worry Cora Fry very much. Goal kick for Eastmont. Into Wenatchee territory the ball goes. Header by the back line of the Panthers. Recovered by Brown. Bowman and Stegman. Ball goes out of bounds. It will be Panther ball. 12 minutes, 14 seconds. Billy Joel, not that we're comparing ourselves to the Piano Man, but Billy Joel used to tell this story about how he can't eat before a show because he can't hit the notes with a full tummy. So while he's singing all these romantic ballads, what he's actually thinking is, man, I'm hungry.
Might be. He's romanticizing with a burrito or a big piece of steak or something.
No, he actually is thinking that. He said that. He's like, man, a burger really sounds good. Don't go changing. Let's see what's going on here. We're going to have a substitution, it looks like.
Maybe that was Jimmy Buffett's success, too. Cheeseburger in paradise.
Looks like number 5, Yareli Sanchez Blanco, has entered the contest for the Panthers. We're back in action now. Quick move upfield. Miller. Brown opening the game up. Interesting maneuver. Trying to catch up to it is Heimbigner. Ball goes out of bounds. It will be Wenatchee ball. So Yareli Sanchez Blanco, number 5, the first sub of the game for Wenatchee.
They've kind of given Jaden a little bit of free movement to roam up on top, and usually they keep her on one side or another, but I think they kind of took the cuffs off and let her decide where she wants to be, and I think in turn they also made her the sole striker up on top as well and moved one more back into the midfield.
Well, you're going to help us out, Matt, because we got Jadens on both teams. So.
Oh, I'm sorry, Wenatchee, Jaden Griggs.
Okay. Another substitution coming for the Panthers. 14 minutes, 20 seconds into this contest. Looks like number 17, Amanda Schneider. There's the shot. Not a major problem for Ms. Matthews, so there's Springer nudging it away. The quick give and go with Stegman, rejected by the Wildcats. And you're absolutely right. The passing is not as crisp. Maybe a bit of nerves still among these players.
Yeah, and Wenatchee seems to be, they need to really figure out how they want to play Jaden up on top, if she's going to be a target or if they're going to play into space behind. And then most likely with the amount, if her as a sole striker, she's going to be the target. So
Stegman, whistle on the play and a foul call. This could be interesting. Sorry to interrupt, Matt, but Ed Navarro has called the foul about 26, 27 yards from the gate defended by Cora Fry.
I was just going to say, Wenatchee is kind of losing their ability going forward in an attack. And let this free kick play out here, but
Stegman, the shot, Stegman, and the stop by Cora Fry with a bit of trouble there.
Yeah, so they need to kind of possess the ball through the midfield. Looking to play Jaden early on is a good thing if she's open. But then they need to connect back with her, which they're kind of struggling to do once she gets the ball.
Sanchez Blanco, whistle on the play, handball called. It will be an indirect free kick for the Eastmont Wildcats. 16 minutes, 8 seconds in this first half of play. Wenatchee and Eastmont. Eastmont and Wenatchee tied at 0-0. We're back in action now. That one is Griggs opening the game up. Schneider, marked by Fisher. Touch to the back. Shading towards the center alley, getting the left foot ready. There's the shot, and Miss Fry becoming acquainted with her near post, making the stop. Goal kick for Eastmont. On the move we are once again. Jaden Brown racing and battling against Ellie Toth. Ball goes out of bounds. It should be, let's see, it should be Eastmont ball, and I think it is. 17 minutes, 3 seconds into this first half of play. The Alignment Pros and Express Lube. Keep your car in top shape at Alignment Pros and Express Lube, including front and four-wheel alignment. Online at alignpros.com or at 182 Eastmont Avenue in East Wenatchee. A quick move down the flank. Under siege is Carissa Miller. Ball goes out of bounds. It will be Wenatchee ball. Taking care of this one is Matthews. 17:36 on the clock. And a substitution coming for Eastmont is number 20. Number 20 for the Wildcats, that would be Ellie Goulet. Ellie Goulet has entered this contest for the visiting Wildcats. There's Sanchez Blanco. Whistle on the play, foul called. So Sanchez Blanco hit the deck. Free kick coming. Right foot ready. Springer. There's the shot. Bit of a chipper. Oh, on the clearing. Oh. Just bounces in front of the goalkeeper. Shot from about 18 yards out. And the stop. Finally. Miss Cora Fry living dangerously there, Matt Wisen.
Yeah, I'm not sure why she chose to play that ball with her foot. It looked to me like she could have scooped that one up and kept possession, but that was she's definitely cashing some chips in right now, and hopefully we'll have some left at the end of the game.
There's Yareli Sanchez Blanco. Ball goes out of bounds. It will be Eastmont ball. Brown connecting with Chandler. Chandler and Goulet. First on it is Sanchez Blanco. Nice move there. Sanchez Blanco. Bowman. The turn. Stolen by Jaden Brown. Whistle on the play as Miss Chang hits the deck once again. And it will be a free kick for Eastmont. 19 minutes, 23 seconds into this first half of play. Wenatchee and Eastmont. Eastmont and Wenatchee tied at 0-0. Taking care of this one is Konarek. Alisa Konarek. There's the kick. Top of the box. Rejected. Konarek over to scoop it again. A collision with Springer there. Nobody seems to be in too bad a shape as far as the collision is concerned. They both play on. Ball goes out of bounds. Eastmont ball. Pivoting header doesn't work. Recovered by Ellie Toth. Pushed upfield. Rejected that time by Tess Sparks. There's Sparks. Konarik. Brown. Good maul. Interesting maneuver. Into the box we go. Marked by 2. The shot and the stop. And the second try before she can get to that ball. Miss Haley Matthews scoops it up. A good effort by Carissa Miller and Eastmont, showing some verb here. Showing some gumption here. Halfway through the first half, Matt Wisen.
Yeah, definitely looking to be opportunistic and playing the ball straight through the middle is where they've been the most dangerous on Wenatchee tonight.
Free kick. Wenatchee moving the ball down the right flank. A quick turn to the back. Shot into the box. Dealing with it is Heimbigner. Lost track of the ball there. Trying again is Toth. Gets a little shove, no call. Across midfield we go, down the right flank. Not a major problem for that lady right there, Cora Fry. 21 minutes, 26 seconds into this first half of play. Goal kick goes out of bounds. Eastmont will defer to the Panthers. The quick move that time down the left flank is interrupted. Ball goes out of bounds. Referee still waiting for the substitution to take place. It's for Wenatchee, the sub. A bit of a mixer there down the right flank into Wenatchee territory. Ball goes out of bounds once again. Excuse me. Toth. Battling with Mendoza. Yareli Sanchez Blanco. Scoops it before it goes out of bounds. A touch to the side for Toth. Behind the back of that marker there, the shot across. This could be interesting. Rejected by the backline of Eastmont. Still in a bit of a dangerous spot. Whistle on the play. Referee says.
You call a foul there, right on top of the
free
box.
kick. I didn't know if that was inside the 18 or outside. It looks like it was outside by a couple of yards. Substitution coming for Eastmont. Number 12 enters the contest. That will be Whitney Lane. (23 minutes 37 seconds). 1, 2, 3, 4 on the wall. And Navarro making sure that the 9 meters 15 are minded. Let's see who's going to take care of this kick. Looks like Kate Springer. There's Springer, the shot low, and the bounce, and Miss Fry. Let's see what the referee says.
No goal.
No, she kept it. She kept it from going in.
Good skipping ball through. That was a hard ball to play, or a hard ball to handle if
Absolutely.
you're Cora.
Miller. Chasing after it is Gole.
Panthers throwing in.
Throwing for the Panthers. Toth. A quick touch upfield. Sanchez Blanco. Chang. Sparks. Mendoza. Taken back by Bowman. Toth. Stegman. Backing up a little bit. Trying to keep it alive, and instead it goes way out of bounds. And it will be a throw-in for Eastmont. 24 minutes, 54 seconds into this first half of play. We're still knotted up, 0-0, 0-0. It's the Classico. It's Wenatchee against Eastmont, Eastmont against Wenatchee. Lane approaching the box. Cleared away that time by Bowman. Chang trying again, backing up a little bit. Mendoza. Sparks, nice job there. Shading towards her left. Upfield back to Chang, recovered by the Panthers. Into Eastmont territory we go with a bit of room. A quick move to the flank for Schneider. Schneider getting that cross shot ready. Marked that time. Looked like by number 2 for Eastmont, Kanarek. Let's see what the referee says. It's going to be a throw-in for the Panthers. Chang on the mark. Having a little fun there, that Wenatchee player. Battling now was Chandler. Blanco trying to scoop it back for the Panthers. Can't quite succeed. Off to the races now is Lane. Ball goes out of bounds. It will be a throw-in for the Wildcats. There's Lane and Sanchez Blanco. Lane prevails. No, now Sanchez Blanco. Mendoza. Springer for the Panthers. Straight upfield into Eastmont territory. Rejected by Fisher. There's Fisher. Chang. Sparks. Bowman. Sanchez Blanco. The quick turn. To the flank once again. Schneider to the races. Chasing it with her is Fisher. And it will be Eastmont ball. Substitution coming. And it will be number 21 for Eastmont entering the contest. That will be Kiana Carson. And a substitution coming for the Panthers. 27 minutes, 27 seconds into this first half of play with Wenatchee and Eastmont tied at 0-0. Recovered by the back line of Eastmont. Pushing it upfield slowly is Carissa Miller. Trying to connect with Heimbigner. Ball goes out of bounds. Bounced off a Wenatchee player. Throwing for the Wildcats once again. A very different Wenatchee squad than we saw when they played Sunnyside. Matt Wisen.
Yeah, definitely. Wenatchee's put definitely under a lot more stress than Sunnyside is able to do. And it's definitely emotions and everything else playing a role in this as well. So both teams not having a tremendous amount of success.
Most of the action has occurred in the middle third of the field. We've seen Matthews tested, we've seen Fry tested, but not a great deal. There's a quick run, and there's Matthews coming out again. And this could be interesting because the ball went right to the feet of an Eastmont player, but instead of firing a shot, she delivered a pass to Lane, allowing Wenatchee to regroup and recover. There's a quick run by the Panthers. Approaching the box, still taking the ball. Moving it to Springer. The shot does not make a dent. And it will be a goal kick for Eastmont. But an impressive run that time by number 8, Jaden Griggs, Matt Wisen.
Yeah, I'd like to see her get on the ball a little bit more. They're kind of leaving her isolated from time to time and hasn't really been too active up front yet. If they can put her on the ball and work with her. And last time before that, she had the ball, but she gave it up and never really got back into the play. I like to say you make yourself available, then you make somebody else available, and then you make yourself available again. And that third aspect of that isn't quite happening.
Jaden Brown has re-entered the contest for the Wildcats. Sparks. Up the field for Jaden Brown. We were just talking about her. Ball goes out of bounds, throwing for the Wildcats. Matthews, a good, interesting maneuver. It dances past her and cleared away by the back line of the Panthers. There's the touch. Oh, wide open player on the left side. Flag is not up. Trying again is Chang. Carson rejected by the Panthers. There's Bowman with a bit of speed, pushing the ball upfield. Yeah, she's got a bit of a Lone Ranger situation going on. She's kind of lonesome when she gets the ball up top.
And
not just her, but her teammates as well. We just saw Madison Smith there.
This last series, she's dropped back into the midfield a little bit more, been a little more defensive. Maybe they're moving around lots to make her difficult to mark, and then they'll sneak her in.
There's the throw-in, rejected nimbly by number 9, Carissa Miller for Eastmont. Folks, what is your Automoka emergency? Visit one of their 6 locations in the valley, including the only Automoka with inside seating on 5th Street across from Wenatchee Valley College. 31 minutes, 26 seconds into this first half of play. We're still all knotted up at 0-0. Shot across. Nobody to. Oh my goodness, what happened there? A couple of markers left the ball dance, and there's the shot from about 14 yards out. Lucky for Eastmont, nothing bad happened, but man, miscommunications galore there for Eastmont. Matt Wisen.
Yeah, turn of it, just a snap of a finger, and if you're not talking, people, you get into that my ball, your ball scenario, and no one takes it.
There's Bowman down the flank once again. The quick touch, shot across into the box, the header, and Schneider trying to keep it alive. Smith backing up a little bit. Coldy into the box. Good job by Fry. I was watching how she was going to respond to the long ball, whether she was going to catch it or wait for it a little bit. She waited, and she had no major problem controlling it. 32 minutes, 33 seconds into this first half of play. We're still all tied up 0-0. Wenatchee and Eastmont and Wenatchee. We have another substitution waiting to happen. Actually, 2 of them, 1 on each side. Quick run. Jaden Griggs. Look how lonely she is. Marked by 2. Shot across. Schneider. Springer the shot, and the stop bounces off the hands of Fry.
Fantastic shot.
Tess Sparks. There's the shot. Jaden Griggs over the crossbar. That should be a corner kick in my book, Matt Wisen.
I didn't quite see it. I had 2 layers of glass between me and some dust. I believe it could have been definitely challenged and tapped. But
Wenatchee kind of finding itself a little bit more here, Matt Wisen, as we approach halftime.
They're getting more numbers in the attacking third, and they're finding ways to combine a little better than just play a 1-on-4 game.
So it's Ellie Little for Eastmont. We'll tell you in a second who enters the contest for the Panthers. Bit of a collision there. Referee says no foul. Quick move down the right flank. Over to chase it there is Jaden Brown. Ball goes out of bounds. It should be Eastmont ball, and it is. 34 minutes, 8 seconds into this first half of play. There's the throw-in. Bit of a mixer there. Long push-up field by the Panthers. Whistle on the play. Referee says that the ball went out of bounds. Yep, went out of bounds. And it will be Eastmont ball. 34 minutes, 43 seconds. Throw in for the Wildcats. Jaden Brown. Swept away and kicked away by the back line of the Panthers. There's the throw-in once again. Into the box. Pivoting header. The volley bounces off a defender and then cleared away by the Panthers. There's Maria Mendoza from afar. Not a major problem for Haley Matthews. 35 minutes 20 in this first half of play. Wenatchee and Eastmont all knotted up at 0-0. There's Fry. Now the fandom getting into it. Fry. Brown. Good move that time. Let's see if they can catch up to it. Instead, one of the defenders will send it past the sideline and out of bounds for the throw-in. Eastmont putting the ball in motion really quickly. Jaden Brown. Mistaken delivery that time. There's Springer. Mistaken delivery again. Taking it back is Sparks. And ultimately, Konarek. Long chipper. Stopped by the back line, I should say, of Wenatchee. Toth. Across midfield. Smith. Rejected by Konarek. The header that time by Little. On the move now is Bowman. Ball goes out of bounds. It should be Eastmont ball, and it is. 36 minutes, 36 seconds. Into this first half of play. Wenatchee and Eastmont. Eastmont and Wenatchee is the battle of the bridge, soccer style, coming to you live from the Apple Bowl. A good chipper that time. This could be interesting. Let's see what happens. And it's Miss Matthews catching up to it before that Eastmont forward could. 37 minutes 03, and another opportunity gone wasting. And this very hard-fought match between the two arch rivals. Ball goes out of bounds. It should be a throw-in for Eastmont. Triangulation there. Moving the ball upfield down the right flank. Schneider can't quite catch up to it. Riley Fisher will let it sail by. Ball goes out of bounds. Throw-in for the Wildcats. Kicked upfield by Jareki. Mendoza. Springer. Good through ball that time. This could be interesting. She catches up to it. Great move with her head. The shot is coming, it's coming, it's coming, it's coming. Oh! And right on the line. Right on the line. A defender for Eastmont. It looks like number 17, Tess Sparks, saves it. And we're still tied at 0-0. Matt Wisen, that was close with a capital C, but let's see what the referee's saying now.
Yeah, fantastic opportunity there. I'm not exactly sure what the referee is saying. I think he's talking to his fourth official here and trying to figure out if there was a penalty committed there.
The fandom here is yelling goal kick, goal kick. I did not see anything illicit on that play, but then again, things were moving mighty fast.
So he's calling a goal kick on this one. No, what's he doing here?
Ed Navarro. Eliciting, oh, ball to the ground, it looks like. Yes, ball to the ground. What is he doing?
You know, I have no idea.
Just a throw-in, it looks like. Throwing for Wenatchee, I'm guessing. But man, that was close. A quick move into the box we go. Offside, none of that will count. As number 13, Ellie Toth, in an illicit position. As we approach the end of this first half of play, that ended with a hard-stopping chance for, or rather, is approaching the end with a hard-stopping chance for the Wenatchee Panthers. That was saved by, it looked like Tess Sparks from up here, the defender. Mendoza. Off to the races we go once again. There's Jaden Griggs. Griggs getting that left foot ready. Shot across. bounces off a defender, Tess Sparks herself. Ball goes out of bounds, and an army of little kids race each other to catch up to the ball and deliver it to the players.
Yeah, the ball kids this evening are provided by Wenatchee FC, Justin Giraldi's team, and they're very enthusiastic.
Kudos to them. Kudos to them. There's a shot into the box that goes, and there's the whistle that tells us that this first half is officially research material. When we come back, we will have a quick recap of the action here in the first half and 40 more minutes of top-notch soccer action for you. This is NCWLIFE channel. Don't go away.
Thanks for watching sports on the NCWLIFE channel. It's brought to you in part by the Fireplace Guys, Central Washington's most trusted names in fireplace and barbecue sales, installation, and service. Located at 1205 Walnut Street in Wenatchee, thefireplaceguy.net. Beneficial In-Home Care, your compassionate in-home care provider. All the benefits of assisted living while remaining within the comfort of your own home. And the Windmill Restaurant, providing traditional steakhouse meals in a homey, old-fashioned dining room. Call 509-665-9529.
Hi, I'm Kevin Prosser, and this is my print shop, Color Effects in Cashmere. Color effect screen printing, embroidery, and digital printing on t-shirts, jerseys, bags, banners, signs, and more. With 30 years experience, you won't be disappointed with the quality and quick turnaround times you will get at more than a fair price. Please call Color FX.
Walkabout Grill, open 7 days a week for lunch and dinner in downtown Wenatchee and now downtown Leavenworth, where eating out is eating healthy.
If you want to work in healthcare, choose the program that teaches the skills employers want. The Charter College Medical Assistant Program combines hands-on learning in the lab with convenient online learning, plus real-life experience with an externship. Classes start every 5 weeks, so you don't have to wait to launch your new career. Enroll with confidence, knowing Charter is institutionally accredited by the Accrediting Bureau of Health Education Schools, and be ready to work in less than a year. Charter College. We work to get you to work.
Können Sie mir das Problem sagen?
Meinen Zylinder überschwingt. Flute, ich habe mein Fugen verloren.
Keine Sorge.
Global Car Care. We speak your car's language.
Fragenschlüssel. Hey, you.
Well, I got a leaky transmission, my head gasket's shot, and I could use some new brake pads.
That dog don't hunt.
Global Car Care. We speak your car or truck's language.
What's your Automocha emergency?
It's a Frapita mocha with whip.
The espresso shakes are my most favorite because I can get any flavor. Peanut butter chocolate Frapita.
Definitely espresso shakes. My favorite is the mocha Frapitas.
A peach Red Bull.
Welcome back to the Apple Bowl, where we have just witnessed the Wenatchee Panthers and the Eastmont Wildcats go at it for 40 minutes of intensity, of sweat, of effort, of grit, but not of goals. Matt Wisen, we saw some opportunities, but still the ball doesn't seem to want to go in for both teams.
Yeah, definitely. I think Wenatchee's kind of had a few more opportunities than Eastmont here. Probably had a little better run of possession of the ball, but yeah, the goal is being stubborn tonight, not giving anything up.
Now, if you are, let's start with the home side. If you are Coach Springer, what do you tell your team for the second half?
I usually come out and I want to give my team three points of emphasis at halftime. Patience in their attack or with possession. From time to time, we've seen them be a little impatient and force that ball forward when they don't have numbers, when their target player is marked, double, triple teamed, and they're kind of playing that and just turning the ball over, or they just force the ball along into the corner and they're not connected with it, and they end up in a numbers down situation. And second of all, width in their attack. We saw later in the first half where they got some success feeding the ball into the flanks and had some success crossing that ball or drawing defenders to the ball and then finding space in the middle or in other places. And then third, Cora doesn't look like she's on her game too well tonight. She's not her normal Cora for Eastmont, the goalkeeper. She's bobbled the ball a few times and misplayed it a couple times. I want to take advantage of that. Put that ball in there as many times as possible. Go ahead and shoot. They've got some shooters. We've seen Kate Springer hit from just about 90 miles away before, and she's got the foot. Other players have the same foot.
Now, are they relying a little too much on Jaden Griggs, or is it just that the pace of the game that has forced them to do that?
A little both. And she is a target player, and so you do want to give your target player the ball, establish that depth of penetration, and then you need to do the second thing and just make yourself available for your target player to give you the ball. And so that's where you got to stay connected to that player and push up, bring numbers, and stay in possession, and allow her to play you the ball through or back, and then she can peel off and go in behind for that through ball. And that's not quite happening that much tonight yet.
And on the other side, Coach Radel, what is she telling her team right about now?
Well, first of all, communication's got to get cleaned up.
Oh, gosh, yes.
Second of all, build up through the thirds. They're not doing much of that. They're kicking kind of long ball. They're either bypassing their midfield. That's typically what's going on. Is they're bypassing their midfield, or maybe their midfielders playing out of the back, and they're looking to get that long ball through the middle. And they've that's been the majority of their attack tonight.
Down the middle,
has been a 40-yard ball through the middle, long, trying to get in behind Wenatchee's defense. Wenatchee's fast, though, and has played the ball pretty well so far. So you need to build up through the thirds, bring numbers, don't play the ball too direct. And then lastly, the third thing, and this is kind of connected, if you're going to do that, play your second or third runner. Bring them into the attack. Wenatchee's got a lot of numbers back on defense, and they're picking out that first runner, and they're bringing numbers to that runner. You can play the ball to a second or third runner who's going to come free if Wenatchee's overreacting and playing that first runner more. And so look to bring more people into that attack by ways of a second or third runner.
All right. Thank you, Matt. And, folks, we don't have the luxury that you guys have over there on TV land watching this game. So in any circumstances, we're going to try to show you a quick recap of what has transpired in the first half. In my opinion, it started with Eastmont showing a lot more personality, a lot more attitude, a lot more verve than we've seen. And it showed in some opportunities early on, Matt Weiser.
Yeah, definitely. They were not going to be intimidated by history, and which is good. It gives us a fun game to watch. They knew they had a tough game on their hands, and they came to play. So, yeah, Eastmont sent some balls through the middle, and they did show some speed that was difficult to manage from time to time. Wenatchee's goalkeeper has been very, very good at reading those long through balls. And as we've seen a few times, step off her line and come out and challenge for that ball, even outside of the box, around the 20 or the 30-yard, 20, 25 yards away from her goal, which is pretty scary if you're a goalkeeper.
Yeah, but slowly but surely, Wenatchee started making its presence felt. If it wasn't Schneider down the right side, it was Jaden Griggs down the left side, or a long-distance shot by Springer. But little by little, they started approaching the gate defended by Cora Fry and bringing some danger as well.
Yeah, and the level of physicality also picked up. And I think Wenatchee also seemed like they had a little bit more of a level of urgency to get at the goal. And bring numbers and stood strong. We saw some hard challenges, and we'll see how Eastmont responds to that.
Absolutely. We're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, we have the second half of El Clasico between Wenatchee and Eastmont and Wenatchee. This is NCWLIFE channel. Don't go away.
Choose the pros, Alignment Pros. When your vehicle needs brakes, shocks, struts, or alignment, choose the experts in their field. Alignment Pros and Express Lube with a 5-star rating. The work they perform on your vehicle is as impeccable as their shop. With state-of-the-art equipment, Alignment Pros can handle all large or small vehicles, specialty cars, lifted or lowered. Alignment Pros does them all. Keep your car in top shape at Alignment Pros and Express Lube in East Wenatchee.
Thanks for watching sports on the NCWLIFE channel. Brought to you by One Way Construction, premier custom home builders and construction company for North Central Washington, including general contracting, framing, concrete, and consulting services. OneWayConstructionNW.com. The Fireplace Guys, Central Washington's most trusted names in fireplace and barbecue sales, installation, and service, located at 1205 Walnut Street, Wenatchee. TheFireplaceGuy.net. And Beneficial In-Home Care, your compassionate in-home care provider. All the benefits of assisted living while remaining within the comfort of your own home.
Hi, I'm Kevin Prosser, and this is my print shop, Color Effects in Cashmere. Color Effects offers screen printing, embroidery, and digital printing on t-shirts, jerseys, bags, banners, signs, and more. With 30 years experience, you won't be disappointed with the quality and quick turnaround times you will get at more than a fair price. Please call Color FX.
Where will you be a year from now? You could be working as a medical assistant. The Charter College Medical Assistant Certificate Program gets you work ready in 10 months. Add 5 more months to earn an associate degree. We prepare you with hands-on training and support you after graduation with job search help and interview skills. Institutionally accredited by the Accrediting Bureau of Health Education Schools, Charter has been training healthcare professionals for more than 30 years. Charter College. We work to get you to work.
Welcome back to the Apple Bowl. Wenatchee and Eastmont have both taken their spots on the field. Wenatchee taking care of business from left to right on your screen, ladies and gentlemen. And Eastmont restarting the action and going from right to left. It's a 0-0 tie. 40 minutes to change that. And it starts right now with Eastmont moving the ball. Recovered quickly by Wenatchee. Pushed upfield once again by Madison Smith and recovered by the back line of the Wildcats. The quick touch. Springer. Miller and the stop.
Right idea, just a little bit too direct there.
We see Cora Fry defending the Eastmont gate, and we see what looks to be Kenya Ortega defending the gate for Wenatchee, Matt Wise. And so the same change that happened against Sunnyside, 1/2 for each keeper, happens again tonight against Eastmont.
Yeah, they're both very quality keepers. I personally like to stick with one keeper throughout the whole game, unless that keeper, there's a reason to sub. Give Kenya the next game. A
quick move. Springer into the box we go. Left foot getting ready. Cleared away, however, by Elisa Konarek. Ball goes out of bounds. Matt Wisen, you were saying.
I think we've seen some other games in the past where we've, maybe not the girls teams, where they've done a keeper change in the second half, either right at halftime or late in the half, and immediately gave up a game. It's hard to bring a keeper into that situation.
There's Cora Fry with the stop before Ms. Springer could catch up to it. As we do every game, we remind you that our opening kickoff is brought to you by Swoboda Photography, creating a custom boutique experience on location or at their studio in Leavenworth. Call 509-888-6654. That is 888-6654. Wildcats with the throw-in now. Putting some pressure now on the right flank. Trying to connect that time with Jaden Brown. It doesn't quite work. Ball goes out of bounds once again. Another throw-in favoring the visiting Wildcats. 2 minutes, 14 seconds into this, the second half of play. Tied at 0-0. If you're just joining us, this is the Battle of the Bridge, soccer style. Eastmont and Wenatchee, Wenatchee and Eastmont. Battling for it now is Carissa Miller. A bit of a shove there. Ball goes out of bounds No foul called. Instead, it's just a throw-in. Nah, fancy touch that time by Wenatchee. Doesn't quite work. Ball goes out of bounds. It should be Eastmont ball, and it is. Into the box we go. Rejected right at the 18, actually. Maria Mendoza. Turning back a little bit. Connecting with Fisher. There's Fisher once again. First on it, however, will be number 2, Konarek. Scooped back at midfield by Wenatchee. Ball gets away from Wenatchee, however. That was number 16, Maggie Miller, struggling to retain control. Throw in favoring the Wildcats. Quick touch by Chang. Heimbigner. The ball for Miller. And we have a player down. And Eastmont player calling to attention that a Wenatchee player is down. Sportsmanship, love to see that at any level. And it looks like it's Miss Springer. Yep, Miss Springer, who's going to gingerly trot away from the playing surface. Looks like number 2 for Wenatchee, Allie Clark, is replacing her. There's Ortega. You know, I absolutely agree with you, Matt. There are positives and negatives to changing goalkeeper halfway through a game, especially an intense game like this. Because, yeah, you're getting both keepers some playing time, but one of those keepers is going in completely cold.
Yeah, and you know what you've got right now in Haley Matthews. She is on her game.
There's the shot, right-footed shot, and it just inches toward the hands of Cora Fry. Matt Weiser?
And not that Kenya isn't capable of pulling out just as good, if not a better performance, but it's still yet to be seen. And so I would personally, it's just style of coaching. Stick with what I've got for the full game if I know that that's working.
A quick run down the left side. Shot across, cleared away that time for Wenatchee by number 2, Konarek. And it will be a corner kick. By my count, that's the 4th corner kick for Wenatchee. I don't think we've had a corner kick for Eastmont by my count, Matt Wisen.
I don't believe so, actually. I think, it's been a pretty low corner kick game so far. Wenatchee's really getting a lot of numbers up in the box right now.
Left-footed shot, rejected, and sent away for... no, it was a Wenatchee player that sent it back and out of bounds. It will be a goal kick for Eastmont. 45 minutes, 52 seconds into this one. 5 minutes, almost 6 into the second half of play. We're still all knotted up at 0-0. Bad delivery that time. This could be costly for Eastmont. Pushing the ball upfield is Madison Smith, rejected by the backline of the Wildcats, and that is Ortega. That delivery doesn't quite work, and off to the races we go. Jaden Brown can't catch up to it before Kenya Ortega does. We saw Haley Matthews do that earlier today. Act as her own sweeper in a way. There's another ball. Off to the races we go with Jaden Brown. Brown trying to create some room between her and her marker. Brown. Nice maneuver. Ball goes out of bounds. It should be Eastmont ball, and it is. 6 minutes, 49 seconds into this second half of play. The throw-in doesn't quite work. Long kick upfield with more urgency than style. Ball goes out of bounds. It will be a throw-in for Eastmont. Sparks into the skies. Chang. Fisher.
I'm not sure why Eastmont's having another player take their goal kicks tonight. I think Cora is more than capable to take those kicks. I'm not a huge fan of having anybody but your goalkeeper take goal kicks. It leaves you can always set somebody in deep like Wenatchee did there, and if it's a misplayed ball, that player's still onside. You can play that player way deep into your defending third now and get counterattacked really quick off what should be your own possession from a goal kick.
That was Pelayo trying to connect that time with Griggs. Pushed upfield. Over to chase it is Carissa Miller. Trying again. Whoa, bit of a collision there, no call. Second collision, a player hits the deck, but they both hit the deck. And it will be Eastmont ball. Foul called on Greta Jaricki against number 19, Megan Chandler. Free kick for Eastmont, 48 minutes, 20 seconds. Number 2 for Eastmont getting ready for this is Knarik. Right-footed shot near the top of the box. The swinging volley doesn't quite work. There's Knarik again. The header scooped away by Jaden Griggs. Griggs. The quick touch upfield. There's another return to Griggs.
Yeah, right idea to pull that ball back and build. Just a little harder on that pass, but that was a good idea there.
Ball goes out of bounds. 49 minutes, 1 second into this one. Throw in for Eastmont. We're still all knotted up at 0-0, folks. Color Effects, offering screen printing, embroidery, digital printing, and logo design for your team, school, business, or church at a fair price. Locally owned for over 20 years. Call Color Effects at 509-741-7609. That's 741-7609. Let's see what's going on. We seem to have a bit of a delay here.
A little bit of substitution. I believe Haley Stegman just came off and cannot read the number.
Ball goes out of bounds. So as a substitution, number 3 Stegman for Wenatchee just took a place. She came on or she left?
Left.
Oh, she took a place on the bench. There's a move by Jaden Brown, backing up a little with Sparks.
Oh, it's Kate Springer came back on. I'm sorry. Yeah, number 1.
There's Springer. There she is with the ball. The turn with a bit of room. This could be interesting. A quick move near the top of the box. Quickly triple team. Still, Wenatchee managing to retain possession. Taken back by the Wildcats only temporarily because there is Greta Jaricki. Off to the races we go. Ball goes out of bounds. It will be Eastmont ball. Ball goes out of bounds. It should be a throw-in for Wenatchee. 50 minutes, 50 seconds into this one. Wenatchee and Eastmont. Eastmont and Wenatchee tied at 0-0. We'll see what the referee says. Something about the jersey of one of the players. One of the players needs to sit down, says Ed Navarro, the head referee. There was Coldy. That one is Clark. Quick push upfield. Rejected by Tess Sparks. Chang. Long kick upfield, trying to connect with Jaden Brown. On the second attempt is Chandler. Personal maneuver marked by 2. Ball goes out of bounds. It should be Wenatchee ball, and it is. 51 minutes, 45 seconds into this one. Quick move down the flank. Marked that time by Jaden Brown. Ball goes out of bounds. It will be Wenatchee ball once again. There's the throw-in. The turn. Touch to the back. Brown recovering for the Wildcats. Ball goes out of bounds yet again. Whistle on the play. We're going to have a substitution here. Looks like Wenatchee's going to bring a new player in. But not quite yet. There's a pivoting header. Into the box we go. Just outside the box is number 5, Little, sending the ball out of bounds. It will be a throw-in for Wenatchee. And here come the subs is number 11. Number 11 for the Wildcats, Jasmine Abuamo, entering the contest with her parents right next to us, folks. Adnan and Cindy watching the game. There's a
get a corner kick out of this one.
Corner kick once again. "53 minutes, 15 seconds into this one. Another corner kick for Wenatchee. By my count, that is the 6th one. There's the header and the stop by Cora Fry. Rolling to her right, connecting with Jaden Brown. Taken back by the Panthers. Shot across, and the stop by Fry once again. Good effort by the Panthers, and even better response by the goalkeeper for the Wildcats. Long kick upfield. Having a bit of trouble controlling that one was Carissa Miller. Push upfield by Fisher and Ortega. 54 minutes, 4 seconds, make that 8 seconds into this contest. Long kick upfield, Cheyenne Chang for Eastmont. Ball goes out of bounds, throw in for the Panthers. Substitution coming, number 21, Kiana Carson, returning to the contest. And we should have another substitution, Kiana Carson for the Wildcats, and another substitution for the Panthers. Clock continues to tick. We'll take this opportunity to tell you about Global Car Care, a quality auto repair facility with highly trained technicians, celebrating 25 years in the car care business. They speak your car's language at 1840 North Wenatchee Avenue. There's Chang. Carson. Ball goes out of bounds. It will be Eastmont ball, despite the fact that Ms. Pelayo was ready to take that throw-in for Wenatchee.
She'll get an opportunity now.
There's Pelayo with the throw-in. Looking for Yareli Sanchez Blanco. There's Yareli. The quick push up field. Blocked by Riley Fisher. Fisher in a bit of battle of wills there. Throw-in for Eastmont. Carson. That one is Miller. Right at midfield, the stop by Bowman. Into the box we go. This could be interesting. Whistle on the play, however. Let's see what the referee has called it. Offside position. None of that will count. 55 minutes, 55 seconds into this contest. And still no damage. 0-0. Between Eastmont and Wenatchee. Thank you for being with us. Sebastián Moraga alongside Matt Wisen. And this lovely late summer, early autumn evening of soccer here in the Wenatchee Valley. Folks, I'd like to send a quick shout out to a very, very special group of people. I am referring, of course, to the entire Mexican community in the Wenatchee Valley. Their country celebrated another year of independence last September 16th, so a very big abrazo, a very big hug to all our Mexican brothers and sisters watching this broadcast. 56 minutes, 39 seconds whistle on the play. It will be a free kick.
And a substitution here.
And a substitution as well. Number 7 for Eastmont, Lexi Heimbigner, returning to the pitch. And of course, I would be in serious trouble with 50% of my family if I didn't mention also a very, very heartfelt, quick but heartfelt shout out to all the Chileans watching this broadcast. I am, of course, a citizen of Chile. Our Independence Day is today, September 18th. So a very, very big abrazo to my people as well.
NCWLIFE's pretty big in Chile.
That's what I hear. Yes, yes. My mother, a very, very big fan. Yes. But only of soccer broadcasts. Sorry, Eric. 57-29, and Grant, of course, on the clock.
Well, you know, not every sport can carry a network. Usually just one sport carries a network. and
You're going to be in so much trouble.
It is the beautiful game after all.
Absolutely. Jogo bonito, they call it. Not in Chile, of course. Ball goes out of bounds. It will be a throw-in for Eastmont. 58 minutes, 2 seconds. And this game needs a goal the way a Sunday needs some sunshine, folks.
Yeah, not going to quite get it done just by booting the ball straight down the middle like that again.
No, sorry. No.
Got to have more numbers. Got to have a little more patience. You can always get a lucky bounce from time to time, but
you shouldn't bet on that.
Nope.
No, there's Springer, stopped nimbly by the center back there. That would be Miss Konarik. Konarik being chased by Ellie Toth, recovered by Yareli Sanchez Blanco, and Konarik once again off to the races. How many lungs does that lady have? Because she runs and runs and runs and runs.
I've known her for a while. She's been a fantastic player for Wenatchee FC. And I used to call her Mighty Mouse because she never stopped. And she would take on people 10 times her size and bowl them over or get around them. And just, yeah, she's an Energizer bunny.
59 minutes, 7 seconds into this contest. Folks, let me tell you once again about One Way Construction, premier custom home builders and construction company for North Central Washington, including general contracting, framing, concrete, and consulting services. Visit us online at onewayconstructionnw.com. And off to the races we go once again. Over to chase it is Carissa Miller. Ball will go out of bounds. Referee says
goal kick.
It will be goal kick for the Panthers. .59 minutes, 55, 6, 7, 8, 9 seconds. And Wenatchee and Eastmont still trying to get that very elusive first tally of this contest. Oh, that one hurt. That one hurt. She is down and in a lot of pain, folks. Referee says play on. For some reason, she hit her face hard against the turf. She hit her face hard against the turf. Now she's walking away in a lot of pain, clearly, but no visible injury, thank goodness, because that looked a lot worse than apparently it was.
Yeah, it's definitely a little less forgiving than the nice grass that they have to play on, natural surface that they have to play on back at Eastmont Stadium.
That was Kiana Carson taking that unfortunate fall and taking her place on the pitch. It looks like number 20 for the Eastmont Wildcats. That would be Ellie Goulet, whom we saw for a stretch there in the first half. I honestly thought she had broken her nose. That's how hard it looked from up here. 61-34, and it will be ball to the ground. And we're back in action. Griggs, the shot, and Cora Fry. There's what you were talking about earlier during halftime, Matt Weisen, trying those gloves of Cora Fry's that seem to be a little slippery today at times, in the first half at least.
Yeah, I tried to catch her off her line a little bit, just couldn't get enough loft on that ball. It was a good idea.
There's Schneider. Backing up a little bit for Jaden Griggs. Opening the flank up. Looking to connect with Bowman. Ball goes out of bounds. It will be a throw-in for Eastmont. 62 minutes, 17 seconds into this one. Wenatchee and Eastmont. Eastmont and Wenatchee tied at 0-0. The Windmill, a time-tested restaurant providing traditional steakhouse meals in a homey, old-fashioned dining room. Open 7 days a week, 4:30 to 9 p.m. Call 509-665-9529. There's a move down the flank there. A quick touch upfield for Wenatchee. Doesn't quite work. Eastmont with the quick recovery. There's Cheyenne Chang. Bounces off and recovered by the Panthers. Let's see if they can make something happen here. Nope. Stopped at midfield. Referee says play on as Cheyenne Chang hits the deck, gets back up and recovers the ball. And this could be dangerous because there's Kate Springer with a bit of room there. The through ball, interesting maneuver, looking to connect with Yareli Sanchez Blanco. Off to the races we go. Down the left flank, marked by Heimbigner. Shot across, far post, actually near post. That fooled me. I thought it was going to go to Schneider here on the right flank. Instead, it went to the near post where Cora Fry waited to make the stop.
That ball just kind of dropped. I thought I was going to sail a little further as well.
Yeah. 63:50 on the clock. And the pom-poms keep waving and the banners keep sailing in the wind. The enthusiasm hasn't diminished on the Wenatchee side of things. A little quieter on the Eastmont side, but the student section has basically been standing the entirety of this contest, and we're approaching the 65-minute mark, so neither team can complain about a lack of support tonight, Matt Wiseman.
Yeah, good turnout tonight, and good soccer being played. It's fun game to watch. Wenatchee feels like they have a little bit of edge in this game. It's shaping up to look like another one of those 1-0 type games, though.
What happens if we are tied after 80, Matt Wiseman?
I believe we'll do penalties.
Straight penalties? No silver goal or golden goal?
I do not know.
Okay. Ball goes out of bounds. Eastmont ball. Almost at midfield is Carissa Miller. There's Maria Mendoza. Mendoza pushed upfield, rejected by the back line of the Panthers. Jericho, and that was number 15, Pelayo. There's Pelayo once again. She's going to let it sail by. Ball goes out of bounds. Whistle on the play. Substitution coming. And it is Jericho herself taking a seat. We'll tell you in a second who replaces her. 65 minutes, 20 seconds into this contest.
Looks like Toth.
Yep, Ellie Toth, number 13. Thank you, Matt. Play resumes. There's Chang with the header. Pelayo. There's Chang. Waiting for it. Fancy maneuver that time. Waiting for it is Carson. To her it goes. A bit too long, however. Let's see if that ball stays in bounds.
Out of bounds.
Out of bounds. It will be Wenatchee ball. The ball delivered, however, to the feet of very talented Cheyenne Chang. Chang moving it upfield a little for Carissa Miller, trying to connect with Megan Chandler. First on it was Springer, however. Springer looking for Blanco. To her it goes. First on it is Chang. Whistle on the play. Foul called. It will be a free kick for Eastmont. 66 minutes, 21 seconds into this one. Still tied at 0-0. Top of the box. Into the box. And there's Ortega. Sending him with more urgency than style to the throw-in. She had Carissa Miller looming nearby, so I don't blame her one bit for feeling the urgency.
Chris has got her speed is deceiving, and I think Wenatchee's keeper thought she had a little more time. Ortega had a little more time than what she actually did, so just played it safe and put it out of bounds.
67 minutes into this one. We're 13 minutes away from the end of regulation. Ball goes out of bounds. Eastmont ball. Coldy. Springer. Good ball. Over to chase it is Tess Sparks. She gets there first, battling with Madison Smith, it looks like. Ball goes out of bounds. It should be Wenatchee ball, in my opinion.
Yeah.
And it will be, it looks like, given by how Cora Fry is standing. Yep, Wenatchee ball, another corner kick.
Corner kick for the Panthers.
67:50 on the clock. This could be interesting. Left-footed shot, far post, header!
Oh.
And it sails past the leaping Yareli Sanchez Blanco, almost connected. That could have been dangerous. 68:04 on the clock now. Goal kick for Eastmont. And there you have it, Matt Wisen. You were talking about that just a little while ago, the field players taking care of the goal kicks.
Yeah, and you can see Alyssa's taking that kick and how long it takes her to catch back up with the back line. And just giving Wenatchee the ability to press way high up into their defensive third.
Toth. Clark. Across midfield we go. Springer, good triangulation there. Looking up. Shot across. Oh, looking for Blanco one more time. Almost connected for the second consecutive time, and there was somebody else, looked like Schneider, right behind her. But nobody can connect on there's Schneider, there's Blanco. Another bit of a mixer there, making some room for that left foot. It looks like Coldy. Well, it was number 8, Jaden Griggs. And the counter for Eastmont now, off to the races, is Carissa Miller. Miller trying to prevail. A bit of a shove there. Should be a whistle. No call. Trying again for Eastmont. Exciting stuff here. Jaden Brown. Ball goes out of bounds. It should be a throw-in for the Wildcats.
Yeah, Wenatchee doing good getting back. They brought 5 back before Eastmont was able to get their third into the attack. So it's going to be difficult. If you're going to try and counter Wenatchee, you need to get on your horses and have everybody do so.
Ellie Little entering the contest for Eastmont. 69:39 on the clock. Approaching the last 10 of regulation. Shot across. Bounces off a defender, and we might have the first corner kick of the game for Eastmont right now. 70 minutes on the clock.
Corner kick for the Wildcats.
And it will be Maria Mendoza taking care of this one. And there's another sighting, one of the few sightings of the Eastmont banner, the flag, I should say. Mendoza, 1, 2, 3, 4 on the 5 on the box for Eastmont. There's the shot, punched away by Ortega, stopped at the top of the box, cleared away, and then sent away by Riley Fisher, who cannot control that ball.
Another counter opportunity here if they can get that ball in quick enough, but just a little too slow there.
Bit of a collision there, no call. Konarek. Personal maneuver. Konarek battling with Schneider and Yareli Sanchez Blanco. Konarek, whistle on the play, foul called. And a substitution coming, and look who's going back in, Matt Wisen.
Yeah, I didn't see anything wrong with Kenya, and I hope she's not hurt. But, yeah.
Also going back in is number 12, Whitney Lane, for the Eastmont Wildcats. So Kenny Ortega taking a seat, being replaced by Haley Matthews. And Miss Lane for the Wildcats also taking to the pitch. The through ball doesn't quite work. Good idea by Springer. Not exactly the best execution, but she had a good idea there. 71:43 on the clock. Lots of sweatshirts out, lots of jackets out, but nobody, and I do mean nobody, seems to want to go home just yet. They want to see this one. They want to see the denouement. They want to see how this one turns out. A quick touch up field.
They're big in Wenatchee to play that flank, and especially on Eastmont's right defensive side.
A quick touch, backing up a little bit, getting that right foot ready. There it is. Schneider with a turn. Marked that time. Looks like by Madison Smith. No, it's number 5. Number 5, Little. There's Sanchez Blanco trying to get into the box. The defense of Eastmont prevailing that time. Carissa Miller against Coldy in a duel of 9s. Sanchez Blanco. Griggs opening the game up a little bit down the left flank. Trying to get into the box. Not being allowed to do so by Heimbigner. There's Tess Sparks. Ball goes out of bounds. Throw in for Wenatchee. 73 minutes, 6 seconds into this contest. It was good to see Gabriela Gonzalez today, Cashmere product. One of the assistant coaches for Eastmont now. Kick through ball. Ooh. Doesn't quite connect with Sanchez Blanco.
Had the run, had the angle, just a little bit too much on that ball.
And the goal kick coming by Miss Cora Fry. Fry and Lane. Recovered by the Panthers. Schneider, she's got a bit of speed. Taken back by Eastmont. Fisher. Springer, Schneider, interesting maneuver, good move, looking to connect with Blanco. And first on it will be Miss Cora Fry. A lot more clarity when it comes to attacking in the part of Wenatchee than in Eastmont in the second half, Matt Weiser.
Yeah, Wenatchee's brought their wing backs, or not their wing backs, but their wings up higher, and given their attacks some more width and spreading out that back line by Eastmont, and those passing lanes and landings are opening up.
Couple of substitutions for Eastmont. Number 21, Kiana Carson returns, as does number 4, Jaden Brown. So 2 of the starters getting some playing time here as we approach the final 5 minutes of regulation here at the Apple Bowl. If you're just joining us, we've had a hard-fought contest between these 2 arch rivals, Eastmont and Wenatchee. But still no goals, 0-0 tie, so all to play for, as they say. Throw in for the Wildcats. There's a quick run in the making. Tess Sparks. Sparks battling it out. Taken back by Blanco. Now fighting off Konarek. Konarek pushing it upfield, keeping it alive for Wenatchee. Looked like Jaden Griggs was doing that. Ball goes out of bounds, however. I'd like to take this opportunity, folks, to tell you once again about this little place they like to call the Windmill, a restaurant in Wenatchee that prides itself on being a local legend for 80 years. The Windmill features slow-roasted prime rib, highest quality hand-cut steaks and fresh seafood, homemade dressings and pies that are made daily and that are the mainstay of this legendary landmark restaurant. The Windmill has a full bar and an excellent selection of beer and wine from which to choose. Call the Windmill today at 665-9529. On the move once again, there's Springer. Mendoza, Springer takes it back, leaves one behind, tries for 2, gets stopped. Here comes the counter of Eastmont. Let's see what happens here. Carson off to the races. Coldy trying to catch up to it. Carson prevailing, the quick move. And under a bit of urgency there, they're calling for a handball. Let's see, do they get the handball call? I did not see a handball, Matt Weisen, did you?
I saw a deflection. I didn't see a handball. It could have likely have been, but it did deflect a little bit, but it looks like they're still giving it to the Wildcats. So.
Throw in for the Wildcats there, 76:45 on the clock. Keeping it alive. Near the corner flag on the left side was Megan Chandler. Ball goes out of bounds. Referee says Eastmont ball. 77 minutes, 3 minutes away from the end of regulation. And we're still 0-0. There's the throw-in. Scooping it back for Eastmont. Chandler. Quick move. Onside. And failing to keep it alive was Carissa Miller. Good effort that time by the Wildcats. With a bit of urgency, Miss Matthews goes to catch up to that ball. As apparently, the ball boys and ball girls on the other end of the field. Quick ball down the flank, rejected by Konarik, taken back by the Panthers. Quick push upfield, leaving one behind, trying for two. The ball gets a bit too far away. Over to chase it is Lane. She's going to let it sail by, and it will be a goal kick for Eastmont. 78 minutes on the clock. That will mean that it will stop there, and we will follow the instructions of Mr. Ed Navarro in the green shirt, letting us know how much time we have left.
Wenatchee just needs to keep patient in their attack. They've had golden opportunities. They need to keep plugging along.
Here's the kick. Stopped at midfield. Chandler pushed outfield. Off to the races we go with Jaden Brown. Brown battling and persevering. Foul called, however. It will be a free kick for Wenatchee. Today's broadcast is also brought to you by Charter College. Charter Types find solutions. Are you a charter type? They work to get you to work. Call 509-415-3576. That's 509-415-3576. We're back in action now. Chang and Chandler. Recovered by the Panthers. There's Springer. Marked by Chang. Springer, recovered by Heimbigner. Ball goes out of bounds. It should be Wenatchee ball, and it is.
By my clock, we have about 30 seconds left. I don't know how much injury time center referee will add. But
ball goes out of bounds. Throw in for the Wildcats. Chandler. Upfield we go. Carissa Miller all by herself. The touch to the back is scooped back by Jaden Brown. Bit of a collision there. Play continues, and nope, it will stop there. Referee has called a free kick for Wenatchee. And I don't know if that was intentional, but the ball got sent immediately out of bounds. Throw in for Eastmont there.
It doesn't appear we're going into penalties. It looks like we'll have some overtime scenario played out here.
Why do you say that?
Usually the referee will allow the benches to make last subs going into penalties. Once the end of regulation is over, you may not sub the players on the pitch. So who you have on the pitch is who is shooting.
Cora Fry with a bit of a what would you call that? A miscue there, a miscommunication.
Yep. So you want to have your shooters in the last minute of regulation if you're tied and going directly into shots from the spot.
There's the whistle that tells us that the second half is over. We're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, we'll show you what happens between these two arch rivals. This is NCWLIFE channel. Don't go away.
For watching sports on the NCWLIFE channel. It's brought to you in part by the Fireplace Guys, Central Washington's most trusted names in fireplace and barbecue sales, installation, and service. Located at 1205 Walnut Street in Wenatchee, thefireplaceguy.net. Beneficial In-Home Care, your compassionate in-home care provider. All the benefits of assisted living while remaining within the comfort of your own home. And the Windmill Restaurant, providing traditional steakhouse meals in a homey, old-fashioned dining room. Call 509-665-9529.
Welcome back to the Apple Bowl. We have a player being treated for what it looks like leg cramps, perhaps. And we're going to have a couple of 5-minute periods of golden goal action. First one to score wins. And if we're still tied at 0-0, we will do what is known around these parts as the penalty kick shootout. We're going to take a quick break once again, and when we come back, we'll tell you all about how this particular contest will unfold. This is NCW Live channel. Don't go away.
Hi, I'm Kevin Prosser, and this is my print shop, Color Effects in Cashmere. Color Effects offers screen printing, embroidery, and digital printing on t-shirts, jerseys, bags, banners, signs, and more. With 30 years experience, you won't be disappointed with the quality and quick turnaround times you will get at more than a fair price. Please call Color FX.
Walkabout Grill, open 7 days a week for lunch and dinner in downtown Wenatchee and now downtown Leavenworth, where eating out is eating healthy.
Welcome back to the Apple Bowl, where we're just about to witness 5, at the very least, more minutes of soccer between these two arch rivals that refuse to give in to each other. Ed Navarro with the coin toss. And we will have Wenatchee take care of business from right to left on your screen, ladies and gentlemen. And Eastmont do their thing from left to right. It will be Eastmont. Or will it? No, it will be Wenatchee starting the first overtime period. If we're still tied at the end of 5, we'll play 5 more. If we're still tied at the end of those 5, we will go to the penalty kick shootout. So once again, Wenatchee from right to left, Eastmont from left to right. The fandom wisely choosing to stick around for the most part, despite it being a school night. And there's the stop by Cora Fry. As always, the kickoff is brought to you by Swoboda Photography, creating a custom boutique experience on location or at their studio in Leavenworth. Call 888-6654. Down the flank for Wenatchee by Olivia Bowman. Ball goes out of bounds. It should be Eastmont ball. Referee agrees. 40 seconds into the first overtime period. Sent out of bounds, looks like by Clark. It will be a throw-in for Eastmont. Carson on the throw-in. Miller. Recovered by Clark. Throw-in for Eastmont. Carson. Whistle on the play. Konarek gets fouled. It will be a free kick for the Wildcats. There's the whistle. Konarek puts it back in action. Approaching the final third of the field. Mendoza. Springer on the mark. Backing up a little bit. Good ball this time. Chandler. Under some pressure. Chandler loses it finally. Taken back by, looks like Yareli Sanchez. Marked by Heimbigner. Sanchez backing up, back to Sanchez. Marking by Mendoza, no foul called, despite the complaints from the fandom. Whistle on the play, now there's a foul called. It will be a free kick for Wenatchee, who puts the ball in play rather quickly. There's Springer. Springer trying to connect with one of those tall forwards. Ball goes out of bounds. No, it stays in bounds. And now it goes out of bounds. Throw in for the Wildcats. 2 minutes, 30 seconds, halfway through the first overtime period. Brown. Chandler, whistle on the play. Foul called. It will be a free kick for Eastmont, despite the protests of one Cade Springer.
That was interesting.
Free kick for the Wildcats. Right foot of Konarik puts it back in action. Carson. The header. Heimbigner. Bit of a pause. Sanchez Blanco. Blanco looking up. Getting it past Miller. Connecting with Schneider. Ball goes out of bounds. It will be Eastmont ball. Minute 45 left in the first overtime period. Whistle on the play. Referee says that was not the right spot to take that throw in. We're going to do this again. Folks, don't forget that on September 20th at 7 p.m., Davis will visit the Wenatchee Panthers volleyball team. Eric Granstrom and Leanne Branham on the call. Then on September 21st, we will have a replay of the Eastmont-Ellensburg football game, which took place a few days ago in East Wenatchee, with Eric Granstrom and Grant Olson on the call. Quick rejection, looking to connect with Springer. The header that time, Schneider and Blanco. Blanco cannot catch up to it before it goes out of bounds. Eastmont ball. 50 seconds left. Throwing once again. To nobody in a white jersey. Rejected by the back line of Wenatchee. There's Chandler. Good triangulation there. Trying to connect with Jaden Brown.
Yeah, in these golden goal situations, a lot of times you don't really see teams wanting to take a risk and send lots of players forward. Lots of long ball kind of play and conservative play.
Griggs, that's why I prefer the silver goal. I do. I prefer the silver goal. I prefer if you score, you still have the remaining minutes of that 10-minute chunk of time to try and tie it up. That is the end of the first overtime period. We're going to switch sides. We're going to keep it here, I understand. Yes. And we will have 5 more minutes of soccer between Eastmont and Wenatchee. Also on Saturday, September 22nd at 2 p.m., the replay of the September 11th game between Wenatchee and Sunnyside, which took place here at the Apple Bowl, with the Wenatchee girls soccer playing Sunnyside. And at 7 p.m., Wilson at Eastmont football. Another replay, as we saw, a long shot that kind of looked scary for a bit. It's a replay from August 31st at 7 p.m. on September 22nd. And then on September 25th at 7 p.m., Wenatchee and Eastmont. But this time the volleyball version of what we're seeing here tonight, with Eric Granstrom and Leanne Branham on the call, starting at 7 p.m. So you won't want to miss any of these broadcasts of Wenatchee and Eastmont sports here on NCWLIFE channel. 4 minutes 38 seconds left in the second overtime period. We're still tied at 0-0. Quick push upfield, rejected quickly by Eastmont, but there was a whistle on the play, so it will be a free kick for Wenatchee instead. There's a good turn. Recovered nimbly by Tess Sparks. Pushed upfield. Across the midfield line and into Wenatchee territory, trying to keep it alive was Pelayo. Ball goes out of bounds.
Wildcats throwing in.
Throw in for the Wildcats. Springer for Wenatchee. Carson. Not a major problem for the back line of the Panthers. 3 minutes, 40 seconds left.
Both teams looking a little tired here.
A little
really
gassed.
Connecting many passes and not really moving forward too much.
Touch the back end under some urgency. Miss Sparks has to send it to the throw-in. She had a Wenatchee player right behind her, breathing down her neck. However, she has been charged with a foul, it looks like. It's
Yeah,
number
probably must have
8,
been an offside.
Jaden Griggs. Yep, it is indeed an offside. I did not see an offside call there. I thought it would be a throw-in for Wenatchee. There's Sanchez Blanco. The quick touch to the left. Yep, definitely tired legs there. Springer. Cheyenne Chang. Yeah, very tired legs. Chandler battling it out with Pelayo. Bowman. Ball goes out of bounds. It will be Wenatchee ball. 2 minutes, 25 seconds. We're halfway through the second overtime period with penalty kick shootout, the solution to this one if they remain tied.
We'll get a corner kick coming up.
Corner kick for Wenatchee.
Good pressure by Wenatchee there instead of just letting that ball go out of bounds. Keep pressuring that defender. Try and get that defender to tap the ball.
To make a mistake, yep. 2 minutes left on the clock. Here comes the corner kick. Sails past the the shot bounces past one, trying for two. Top of the box. Backing it up a little, trying to generate some space. It's Isabel Pelayo pushing it upfield. Ball goes out of bounds. It will be, let's see what the referee says. No, yeah, it's a throw-in for Wenatchee. There's the ball. We're back in action now. Cleared away by the back line of Wenatchee. Nobody there but a very lonesome Jaden Brown. And that delivery doesn't work. This could be interesting if Chandler prevails. She does not. Minute 5 left on the clock. Bowman. A quick touch to the side for Toth. Pushing it upfield into Eastmont territory. Carson, ball goes out of bounds. It should be Wenatchee ball. Maria Mendoza on the recovery for Eastmont. Mendoza trying again, doesn't quite work. This could be dangerous. With some room down the right flank is Villarreal Sanchez Blanco charging her marker from behind. Free kick for Eastmont.
Good job by the defender there.
Very good job. Free kick for the Wildcats. Could be the last play of the second overtime period, and it is. We're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, it's penalty kick shootout time here at the Apple Bowl. Don't go away.
If you want to work in healthcare, choose the program that teaches the skills employers want. The Charter College Medical Assistant Program combines hands-on learning in the lab with convenient online learning, plus real-life experience with an externship. Classes start every 5 weeks, so you don't have to wait to launch your new career. Enroll with confidence, knowing Charter is institutionally accredited by the Accrediting Bureau of Health Education Schools. And be ready to work in less than a year. Charter College. We work to get you to work.
Können Sie mir das Problem sagen?
Meinen Zylinder überschwingen. Flute, ich habe mein Fugen verloren.
Keine Sorge.
Global Car Care. We speak your car's language.
Fragen schließen. Hey, you.
Well, I got a leaky transmission, my head gasket's shot, and I could use some new brake pads.
That dog don't hunt.
Global Car Care. We speak your car or truck's language.
What's your Automocha emergency?
It's a Frapita mocha with whip.
The espresso shakes are my most favorite because I can get any flavor. Peanut butter chocolate for pita.
Definitely espresso shakes. My favorite is the mocha for pitas.
A peach Red Bull.
Welcome back to the Apple Bowl for the penalty kick shootout that will decide a winner between Eastmont and Wenatchee. Wenatchee and Eastmont. We're heading to the west side of the field, as you said, Matt. Is that right? The west side. I get lost inside a paper bag, so west side of the field for the penalty kick shootout. We see our good friend Mike Bonnickson taking a spot between the 40 and the 30-yard line with a massively big camera. We see the fandom from Eastmont switching over to the other side of the visiting bleachers. And we see, looks like Haley Matthews taking her spot, which tells us obviously that Eastmont will kick off this series of penalty kicks.
So we should be going best of 5. If we're tied at the end of the first 5, we'll go into the second 5.
Really? Is that the way it normally works? Because the rules have changed so much in recent years that it's hard to keep up with them.
We might go golden or sudden.
I was going, yeah,
sudden death.
The traditional way is 5 and 5 and then sudden death, but you never know. So. The Eastmont Wildcats and the Wenatchee Panthers came in to this contest from very different corners in terms of the record. Wenatchee had only lost 1 game, and Eastmont had maybe 1 or 2 losses and wins, and that's it. But they've battled toe-to-toe, mano a mano here, and the first penalty kick looks like it belongs to Cheyenne Chang, it looks like. There's the shot. Not a major problem for Haley Matthews.
Yeah, she wants that shot back. That it looks like she almost just completely mishit that one.
First kick for Wenatchee.
These numbers are impossible to read.
They're horrible.
I have absolutely no doubt that the camera lens has a better lens than my eyes do right now. So hopefully.
We'll just say it's Wenatchee. Right foot, the shot, and a stop once again. So the keepers, the stars of this penalty kick shootout early on. 2 stops, 2 kicks.
Life back into Eastmont's team. That was a little better shot, but great save there. And
kicking for Eastmont now. Carissa Miller. Second kick for the Wildcats. There's the shot. Beautiful strike. Low into the corner. 1-0 Eastmont.
Carissa needs to do a little better job of masking that shot.
Springer up to kick for Wenatchee. 1-0 lead for Eastmont. Springer, the shot, and it sails off the crossbar, and it's 1-1.
That was a confident shot. Gotta say, she just ripped that one. Very risky. I hate going high because me as a shooter, I'll put it over the bar if I try and go high.
Riley Fisher for Eastmont. We're tied at 1. There's the whistle. Fisher, right foot. Not a major problem for the goalkeeper Matthews. She covered her face in despair and then began the slow trot back to her teammates, who offered her nothing but support.
I think she looked up right when she shot that, and the last thing you see is the goalkeeper, which tends to draw your foot right to her. That's really hard as a shooter and a penalty you're out there alone on an island. And
is that Jaden Griggs up there?
I feel bad for anybody out here doing this.
There's Griggs, the shot. Whoa, and that one goes right in. So it's 2-1 Wenatchee. We're going to the 4th set of kicks. That was a stoppable penalty, to say the least, in my opinion.
Could have put a little bit more on that.
Yeah.
Good placement, but yeah.
Number 17, the shot, and a brilliant stop for Matthews. And number 17, Tess Sparks, misses the third kick of the night for Eastmont.
I think if Wenatchee makes this, they win the game, correct?
Well, they're 3-1. They cannot catch up. That's right.
Is this Ellie?
Looks like it. Ellie Toth, right foot. The shot and the stop by Cora Fry, and Eastmont manages to stay alive.
So now a miss here. I don't have the numbers.
No, a miss here and it's over, because this is the fifth kick.
Okay.
Yeah, it's number 2, Alisa Konarik, who had a very good game today.
Oh, she's steady.
Konarik trying to keep Eastmont alive in this penalty kick. Konarik, the shot, goal! And steady she is. You were right, Matt. Number 2. And we're tied at 2. One last chance for Wenatchee before we go into sudden death. Looked like number 4, Madison Smith. Smith and Fry. Fry and Smith. Smith the shot. And Wenatchee takes this one by a final score of 3-2. Penalty kick. Always tense, always nerve-wracking. And ultimately Wenatchee takes the Battle of the Bridge soccer style after 90 minutes of goalless action. We're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, we'll have the post-game show and a whole lot more here on NCWLIFE channel. Don't go away.
For watching sports on the NCWLIFE channel, brought to you by One Way Construction, premier custom home builders and construction company for North Central Washington, including general contracting, framing, concrete, and consulting services. OneWayConstructionNW.com. The Fireplace Guys, Central Washington's most trusted names in fireplace and barbecue sales, installation, and service, located at 1205 Walnut Street, Wenatchee. TheFireplaceGuy.net. And Beneficial In-Home Care, your compassionate in-home care provider. All the benefits of assisted living while remaining within the comfort of your own home.
What's your auto mocha emergency?
It's a Frapita mocha with whip.
The espresso shakes are my most favorite because I can get any flavor. Peanut butter chocolate Frapita.
Definitely the espresso shakes. My favorite is the mocha Frapitas.
A peach Red Bull.
Choose the pros, Alignment Pros. When your vehicle needs brakes, shocks, struts, or alignment, choose the experts in their field. Alignment Pros and Express Lube with a 5-star rating. The work they perform on your vehicle is as impeccable as their shop. With state-of-the-art equipment, Alignment Pros can handle all large or small vehicles, specialty cars, lifted or lowered. Alignment Pros does them all. Keep your car in top shape at Alignment Pros and Express Lube in East Wenatchee.
Hi, I'm Kevin Prosser, and this is my print shop, Color Effects in Cashmere. Color Effects offers screen printing, embroidery, and digital printing on t-shirts, jerseys, bags, banners, signs, and more. With 30 years experience, you won't be disappointed with the quality and quick turnaround times you will get at more than a fair price. Please call Color FX.
Where will you be a year from now? You could be working as a medical assistant. The Charter College Medical Assistant Certificate Program gets you work ready in 10 months. Add 5 more months to earn an associate degree. We prepare you with hands-on training and support you after graduation with job search help and interview skills. Institutionally accredited by the Accrediting Bureau of Health Education Schools, Charter has been training healthcare professionals for more than 30 years. Charter College. We work to get you to work.
The Walkabout Grill, open 7 days a week for lunch and dinner in downtown Wenatchee and now downtown Leavenworth, where eating out is eating healthy.
Können Sie mir das Problem sagen?
Meinen Zylinder überschwingt. Flute, ich habe mein Fugen verloren.
Keine Sorge.
Global Car Care. We speak your car's language.
Fragen schließen. Hey, you.
Well, I got a leaky transmission, my head gasket's shot, and I could use some new brake pads.
That dog don't hunt.
Global Car Care. We speak your car or truck's language.
Thanks for watching sports on the NCWLIFE channel. It's brought to you in part by the Fireplace Guys, Central Washington's most trusted names in fireplace and barbecue sales, installation, and service. Located at 1205 Walnut Street in Wenatchee, thefireplaceguy.net. Beneficial In-Home Care, your compassionate in-home care provider. All the benefits of assisted living while remaining within the comfort of your own home. And the Windmill Restaurant, providing traditional steakhouse meals in a homey, old-fashioned dining room. Call 509-665-9529.
What's your auto mocha emergency?
It's a Faprita mocha with whip.
The espresso shakes are my most favorite because I can get any flavor. Peanut butter chocolate for pita.
Definitely espresso shakes. My favorite is the mocha for pitas.
A peach Red Bull.
Welcome back to the post-game show here at the Apple Bowl. We have just witnessed Wenatchee and Eastmont battle all the way to a penalty kick shootout that went the Panthers' way by a score of 3-2. Alongside us are the coaches of both teams. Let's start with Coach Springer. And man, what a battle, Coach. Really, you guys went all out as expected of a game of this nature.
Yeah. If anyone listened to the pregame, we talked about the fact that these games are always tight. It comes down to a goal here or there. I was really proud of the way the girls played, and they, we put a lot of pressure on them, got a lot of shots. I thought Cora had a fantastic game that first half, had some beautiful saves to set the tone for them defensively, and she did a great job in the goal.
Why the switch back and forth between Kenya and Matthews Haley Matthews in the second half?
So last year they rotated first and second half
we did that against
throughout the year, and this year we're still just kind of establishing not just a starter, but somebody to go all game long. So we're getting there. We're working on it. Our goal is to have someone in the goal the whole time, but both of them showed real positive things in practice, so we give them both minutes.
All right. And now with the head coach of the Eastmont Wildcats is Matt Wisen.
Yeah, Coach. I hate kicks from the spot to settle the game. I was very entertained by the match in run of play. What do you tell your team? They came out real and played. I thought the best game I've seen them play all year. After this game, I know you're dejected after these kind of results, but you got to feel good going into next game.
You know, it's funny, we're really not. Like, this was such a good first showing for us, and I mean, this is the first time we've played on turf all year. You could tell a little bit with our passing, but I mean, PKs, we may as well have gone out and just done a coin toss and done heads or tails to see who's going to win that way. So we're actually, our girls we're really upbeat and we're feeling good looking ahead. Like, okay, if we can do this early on turf, yeah, we're excited.
All right, thank you very much to both coaches, and we're going to wrap it up here from the Apple Bowl. On behalf of everybody who's involved in this broadcast, I'm Sebastián Moraga saying thank you for being with us. We'll see you next time.
Thanks for watching High School Sports on the NCWLIFE channel. Tonight's broadcast was brought to you by Alignment Pros, Automoca, Color FX, Global Car Care, One Way Construction, and the Windmill Restaurant. NCWLIFE channel's coverage is also brought to you by Charter College and the Walkabout Grill. This concludes today's coverage of high school sports on your home for local sports, the NCWLIFE channel.